To millions of his fans, this is like manna from heaven. But to the people of Tamil Nadu who've been watching Rajinikanth prevaricate, delay, make U-turns, issue vague statements, nobody's really holding their breaths just yet. But Rajinikanth has offered the first clarity in 3 years about his political plunge, and it has a big tick mark on it. 6 months before Tamil Nadu goes to the elections, the biggest star of the Tamil Nadu firmament, Rajinikanth himself, the superstar, has decided he will be launching his party next month. After 3 years of wait and watch, Talaivar seems finally ready to make his debut as a Neta. It's now clear that Neta Rajinikanth will be contesting the 2021 Tamil Nadu Assembly election. The formal announcement will be made in 27 days, just before the year ends. The superstar politician will launch his party in January next year.
Parliament election அந்த நேரத்துல முடிவு பண்றேன். சட்டமன்ற தேர்தல் வரும்போது சட்டமன்ற தேர்தலுக்கு முன்னால கட்சி ஆரம்பிச்சு நான் 234 தொகுதிகளுக்கு நான் போட்டியிடுறேன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும் நமக்கு சுற்றுப்பயணம் செய்யலாம்னு இருந்தேன். ஆனா இந்த கொரோனால அது என்னால செய்ய முடியல.
Rajinikanth has maintained he won't be the chief ministerial candidate, but has vowed to change the lives of the people of Tamil Nadu.
எல்லாத்தையும் மாத்தணும். நான் நான் ஒரு சின்ன கருவிதான். அது நீங்க தான் ஜனங்க நீங்க முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், நான் வர்றேன், மாற்றம்.
Moments after Rajinikanth's big declaration, supporters outside the actor's Poise Garden residence broke into celebration.
भगवान दादा आ गया, हमारा भगवान दादा तमिलनाडु को बचाने के लिए आ गया. अभी तो तमिलनाडु बस इंडिया में पगले आ जाओगा तमिलनाडु.
See, I'm not surprised because I'm very much evident that Talaivar, if he's going to announce something, it is going to be 100% for sure. On December 31st, 2017, it was very clear. He said he's going to come for sure. There is no backstep. There is no thinking backwards. Talaivar is going to come and he has announced it. It is going to be a miracle. It's going to be a celebration now.
But what does Rajinikanth's political entry mean for Tamil politics? The main Dravidian parties appear to be unruffled by Talaivar's blockbuster entry. The other big question before Neta Rajini will be whether to fight the polls solo or form part of an alliance. The BJP has been wooing the actor for quite some time now, but Rajinikanth has so far kept his cards close to his chest.
Rajinikanth is not seen just as a cinema star. He is seen as a man of principle. He is seen as an honest man who is very concerned about the people and the people of Tamil Nadu. This perception has lasted till now.
Mr. Rajinikanth will fill the vacuum, what we have been saying for the last 3 years, especially after Ms. Jayalalitha's and Mr. Karunanidhi's demise. Definitely that vacuum will be filled. The charismatic leadership. We don't have any charismatic leader as on date.
So far, Rajinikanth has maintained that he stands for spiritual politics.
This is morning actually for the welfare of the humanity. Everybody should bless everybody with peace of mind, happiness.
And fans want to know, can a simple person, a good humble person like you, would he make a good politician with so much ugly muck is thrown at him?
Rajinikanth has set the ball rolling. So get ready and stand by for the release of the biggest blockbuster of 2021.
For close to 3 years, Rajinikanth fans were holding their breath to find out when Rajinikanth will take the political plunge. And finally, he has bitten the bullet. Now, will Rajinikanth be able to translate his mass popularity into votes? People of Tamil Nadu will only decide. With camera person Divyan, Pramod Madhav, for India Today.
So it was 3 years ago, in fact, December 31st, Jan 1st of 2018, I was there in Chennai with India Today's fantastic reporting team there when Rajinikanth stood on a balcony of Kalyana Mandapam there and declared his political entry. Here's what that journey has looked like just before that and just after that, and it's been 3 years of pretty much dilly-dallying. May 2017, the superstar first drops a hint at joining politics, says the system is rotten, calls fans to be ready for war. Remember, this was just a few months after Jayalalitha's death. June 2017, he admits discussing his entry into politics. He meets people from the Hindu Makkal Kachi. September 2017, tweets in support of Prime Minister Modi, and this raises all kinds of rumors about him joining the BJP, which has not happened so far. February 2019, he denies contesting the 2019 Lok Sabha elections or supporting any party, despite a lot of rumor mills at that time. March 2020, this year, superstar says no plans to become chief minister. So everyone's very disappointed. October 27th, just a couple of months ago, there's a leaked letter that goes viral where the letter talks of a delayed political plunge because of health reasons and the coronavirus. The actor denies writing any such letter. November 30th, just a few days ago, Talaivar meets the Rajni Makkal Mandram. That's his political grouping, not really a party. The functionaries there. And this again sets a lot of tongues wagging about whether he's going to make an announcement. December 3rd, 2020 announces the launch of a political party. He says the launch will happen next month, and on the 31st of December is when the details of that will be released. I'm joined now by our reporters who've been on the, had a ringside view reporting the journey of Rajinikanth from the promised political plunge to now making it clear for the first time in 3 years that he will be launching a political party. That much is clear. Pramod and Akshay are with me. As you can see, we have all of our good friends from Chennai joining us on this big story. For once, thankfully, we are no longer asking, is he going to bite the political bullet? He has at least made that clear for us. Pramod, you, me, Akshay, we were all there outside the Mandapam when, Rajni said he's going to take his political plunge. It has taken 3 years, but finally he's going to do it now.
Absolutely, Shiv. That was Raghavendra Mandapam, where he said that the system needs an overhauling, and people asked his fans to be prepared for war. And this is how they have finally, even now today, while speaking to the fans, they were completely surprised. Everyone is completely surprised. It looks like the Tamil Nadu was prepared for Cyclone Burevi, but we were not prepared for Cyclone Poyaskardan. Imagine the kind of preparations they've done. All within just hours, all these kind of arrangements have been made so far. And here, the two kind of hashtags which Rajinikanth once again used. The first one is that Ippo Illana Eppo Mele, which means if not now, then never. And the second one was Matanam Yellathe Matanam, which means we will change everything. This is the same thing he also said, and that also another thing that he added was that every state has a fate, and the time has come to change the fate. Imagine these are fans of Rajinikanth. And look at his mask. He has the same wordings that Rajinikanth has said today. I asked him what, did he do it immediately? He said they've been prepared for the past 3 months and they've been waiting for this moment. And எப்படி இருக்கு கடைசில அவர் சொல்லிட்டாரு வரேன் அப்படினு.
முதல்ல எங்க தலைவருக்கு வணக்கம். எங்க உயிரும் எங்க மூச்சும் எல்லாம் எங்க தலைவர் தான். மாத்தணும் தலைவா, தமிழ்நாட்டை கண்டிப்பா மாத்தணும். நல்ல நிலைமைக்கு எடுத்து வரதுக்கு உங்களை விட்டா யாரும் கிடையாது.
Well, he is actually bowing in front of Rajinikanth, claiming that this is life, and he says that Rajinikanth is the only person who can change Tamil Nadu, and he's the right person. These people have been staying here. It's drizzling, it's raining, they didn't bother, they didn't have enough food. கடைசில இந்த மாதிரி வந்தாச்சு அவர் வரேன்னு சொல்லிட்டாரு. உங்களுடைய இது எப்படி இருக்கு பத்தி?
இந்த ஒரு நாளுக்காக நாங்க வாழ்க்கையில ஒரு நாளும் நாங்க காத்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தோம். கண்டிப்பா இன்னைக்கு தான் எங்களுக்கு தீபாவளி, கிறிஸ்மஸ், நியூ இயர் எல்லா நாளும் இன்னைக்கு தான். எங்க தலைவர் ஒரு நியாயமான அரசியலையும் ஒரு உண்மையான அரசியலும் நேர்மையான அரசியலையும் எங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க போறாரு. எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு கிடைச்சாரு. வாழ்க சூப்பர் ஸ்டார்! முதல்வர்! வருங்கால முதல்வர்! வாழ்க! வருங்கால முதல்வர்! வாழ்க! தமிழ்நாட்டு ஆளுக்குள்ள முதல்வர்! வாழ்க! தமிழ்நாட்டு ஆளுக்குள்ள முதல்வர்! தமிழ்நாட்டு ஆளுக்குள்ள தலைவருக்காக உயிர் கொடுப்போம்!
So there you have it, the slogans. It has started again. Just today, he only said that he's going to announce the date on 31st, and the party will be launched on next month. That is 2021 January, and already we have the slogans calling him as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Let's just get you some, reactions that have come in. There have obviously been some political reactions that have been pouring in. Before I go to Akshaya and my guests, let's just play out for you what everyone's saying about Rajinikanth finally making it clear that Neta Rajini is going to be born next month.
Everyone know like how elated we guys are. So this was the moment we've been waiting for. At least for myself, I would say it's been almost some few 1 or 2 decades. But there are people who've been waiting for almost 3 to 4 decades. Even though Talaivar had announced only 3 years back. So this is the dream day that we have been waiting, and we got the message from Talaivar himself. So it is very much official now, and things are going to be massive from now on. I think this is not about any uncertainty, but only this demigod superstar Rajinikanth only can keep his own followers, his own fans with a pinch of surprise. I wouldn't call it as a shock, but it's just a surprising element that he had kept for the last 2 days. Our inner gut feel clearly told he is going to enter for sure, and without any doubt, Talaivar is going to emerge as a bigger winner. At least for another couple of days, we'll enjoy this particular moment, which we've been waiting for decades, even before entering into the questions whether he's going to be with BJP or Congress or DMK, whatever it is. Talaivar has come the day even the media people have been waiting for. The day has come. So let's wait and get it from Talaivar himself.
Definitely, Mr. Rajinikanth will fill the vacuum, what we have been saying for the last 3 years, especially after Ms. Jayalalitha's and Mr. Karunanidhi's demise. Definitely that vacuum will be filled. The charismatic leadership. We don't have any charismatic leader as on date for Tamil Nadu. So I think Mr. Rajinikanth will definitely fill that vacuum.
ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் வந்து கட்சி ஆரம்பிப்பது என்பது அவரவர்களுடைய உரிமை. யாரும் அதை தடுக்க முடியாது. ஆனால் அவரை பொறுத்தவரை வந்து கட்சி ஆரம்பிக்காதது அவருடைய விருப்பம். அதை எங்களுடைய கருத்து என்ன இருக்கு சொல்லுங்க. ஸோ கட்சி ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது அவங்களுடைய கொள்கைகள், லட்சியங்கள், ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து அவங்க வந்து சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ அதை ஒட்டி அவங்க வந்து அவங்க கட்சி வந்து போவோம். எங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு கொள்கை இருக்கு, எங்களுக்குன்னு லட்சியங்கள் இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த அடிப்படையில் தான் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் பயணிக்குது. ஸோ மக்களால் நான், மக்களுக்காக நான் என்று நம்முடைய அம்மா சொன்னபடி இன்றைக்கு அம்மாவுடைய அரசு இன்றைக்கு போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த அடிப்படையில் எங்களுடைய கொள்கையை தான் நாங்கள் சொல்ல முடியும். அவர் கட்சி ஆரம்பித்து அவருடைய கொள்கையை சொல்லி அதன் அடிப்படையில் பின்னாடி தான் நீங்கள் கேட்குற கேள்விக்கெல்லாம் பதில் வரும். இனிமேல் தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்தவரை 2016 எப்படி, 2011 எப்படி, 2021 எப்படி, 2026 எப்படியோ அதிமுக ஆட்சி தான் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இதான் நடக்கும்.
Akshaya, very quickly, because I know this is a developing story and you and Pramod will be needing to speak to your sources and get all the reactions. But very quickly, is January definitely going to be the launch of this party, or are we going to see another U-turn? The reason I am still little skeptical is because we've seen many false alarms in these 3 years.
Well, Shiv, it seems like there was going to be no more false alarms because Rajinikanth has finally said that he is not going to go back on his words. He will keep up his promise, and even if he dies doing what he wants to do for the people of Tamil Nadu, he doesn't care. So, that is a very strong statement coming from the superstar whose health condition has been regularly spoken about of late. And even, Tamil Arumi Manian, one of the persons whom Rajini introduced today, he also had added yesterday after meeting Rajini at the Poise Garden residence that Rajini's health will be of utmost importance to everybody. So not caring about that, Rajinikanth has very strongly said that he will go ahead, he will do the welfare for the people of Tamil Nadu who have been the life source for him all these years. So this is going to be like a new turn, Shiv. We are going to see a new Neta Rajini, and as you were saying, December 31st, 2017, we were standing outside Kalyana Mandapam waiting for that announcement, but it seems like 3 years later in 2020, December 31st, the same day, we're going to see Rajinikanth announcing the day on which his political party will be launched. And interestingly, we need to remember that many members of his party are people who have been aligned with RSS and BJP. And Arjuna Murthy, who is one of those people who was introduced today, he is the former intelligence cell president of the BJP. So these things will have to be closely watched. Is Rajinikanth going to be aligning with BJP and the likes is something that will have an interesting watch on.
Which takes me to my first question. Akshaya and Brahmo, thank you very much for joining me with that ground report on the imminent entry, which is now clear, of Rajinikanth. All of our wonderful guests are with us. Narayanan Tirupati, spokesperson of the BJP. Muralidharan Sivalingam is a supporter of the AIADMK, which is the ruling party. Narayan Lakshman, my friend and senior journalist from Chennai. N. Umashankar is a staunch supporter of Rajinikanth and part of the institutional fan club that supports him and that he's going to be banking on. And C. Rajshekaran, founder, Voice of Tamil Nadu, and also a well-known lawyer in Chennai. Mr. Tirupati, to you first, of course, because nobody has wooed Rajinikanth or praised Rajinikanth more than you or your party for the last few years. So make it clear for us, what is the BJP stand? He's floating his own party. Is Rajinikanth going to be, is he, okay, one second. Before I come to you, we've got a first reaction coming in. Mr. Tirupati. Just hold on for a moment. From the Tamil Nadu government on Neta Rajinikanth's announcement. Deputy Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam has welcomed Rajinikanth's political entry and does not rule out an alliance with Rajini. OPS says that anything can happen in politics if there is an opportunity. So the door is open there, not at all surprising. The AIADMK, as you know, is in alliance with the BJP, and the BJP has been hunting Rajini for a very long time. Mr. Tirupati, I'm going to come straight to you on that. What is your view on Rajinikanth floating his own political party? I can bet that talks are on. The back channel must be on even now. Is Rajinikanth going to be a part of the NDA? Is he going to ally with the BJP?
First of all, I congratulate Rajinikanth for entering politics, which has been a real dream for the last 3 years. We have, as you rightly said, that we have almost more than 100 times discussed. So I think he has fulfilled his commitment, saying that he will enter into 2021 elections. So we wish him all good luck. And BJP, as you said, it was not hunting, but it was speculated by media. But I have been saying that yes, there is a vacuum in Tamil Nadu politics. That's for the demise of Jayalalitha and Mr. Karunanidhi. And only a very popular and honest person like Mr. Rajinikanth will definitely can fill it. And that is going to happen. Definitely, Mr. Rajinikanth's entry in Tamil Nadu politics will have a very big effect in Tamil Nadu politics. There is no doubt at all. As far as BJP alliance with Mr. Rajinikanth, all those things are concerned, I think Mr. Rajinikanth and my party's leader, I think they will take a call on that. And in politics, definitely anything may happen. We have no differences with Mr. Rajinikanth. In fact, our party and Mr. Rajinikanth have shared the same.
So you're basically saying the BJP has has been wanting Rajinikanth for a very long time, and even now, if some kind of alliance works out, then that'll be a big score for the BJP. I remember some time ago there was even an attempt to see if Rajinikanth would himself join the BJP, but he's going to be floating his own party. Mr. Umashankar, I know you are all smiles today. Because you have turned out to be right. There were rumors that he would decide not to form a political party, but you should be very happy today because you said it. You said there is no doubt in my mind that he will be forming his political party. So you have a great reason to smile, and millions like yourself.
You see, Shiv, I must congratulate the people of Tamil Nadu for having got the best option for the 2021 assembly elections. There could never have been a better option than Rajinikanth before them. Now, I have been telling for the past 3 years, maybe right from the time that he had made the first announcement, I had always been telling, even over this India Today TV, that the time of his entry, he will keep it close to his heart until that time comes. He kept it very close to his heart. He didn't reveal to anybody. I had guessed that he would come sometime 9 months before the elections. The pandemic delayed it by about 3 months. That's how it is.
Okay.
Without the pandemic, he would have come, made this announcement sometime in August. So that's how it is. And we are very, very happy that he announced it today itself.
Yeah.
Because the guessing is stopped from now on.
Okay. Because the big question now is Narayan Lakshman, The truth of the matter as it stands right now is there can be no half measures. If you've formed a political party, you're going to fight the elections, then you can't, fight half the elections or fight it reluctantly or half-heartedly. If he's in, he's all in. Now the question, Narayan, and this is what I'm seeking your wisdom in is Rajinikanth going to do this all alone? 6 months before the election, is he going to create an entire election machinery out of a party that's not yet been named? Or is he, do you think, going to have to ally with the BJP? Do you think that's where he's headed?
That's a million-dollar question, Shiv, because as we know, elections in Tamil Nadu definitely require very considerable money power, as in money muscle, to carry out campaigns, to go to travel, to announce yourself to across the villages and districts of the state. And Rajinikanth doesn't seem to have that kind of deep-pocketed approach. Certainly, he has had commercial success in his films, but I don't think he can go it on his own. The second big problem for him that he might face is that he does not have tremendous experience as a political organizer. So your news channel, as even my newspaper, we were all carrying stories even as late as September this year, saying that from quoting his mandram, saying that they had no idea whether he was going to announce or not. And today, his own supporter is saying that he kept it very close to his chest. So why do you do that? That tells me that you do not have an organized strategy even for announcing it. And similarly, why are you announcing a launch date? Just launch the party. You've already announced it in 2017, as you pointed out. You've announced a lot of things.
I agree. Yeah.
So you need to take on the giants of Tamil Dravidian politics. You need to be much more fleet-footed. You must be better at organizing. And if not, as your question suggests, you better ally yourself quickly with someone like the BJP or indeed another entity.
Okay. Mr. Rajshekaran, what do you think? There are very practical reasons why Rajinikanth, some would say, cannot do this entire thing just by himself. Of course, he's a superstar. Of course, I'm sure he has access to resources. He's got a formidable base, of supporters, unlike many others. And Mr. Tirupati is right when he says there is a political vacuum in the state which Rajinikanth would like to sort of make use of and capitalize on. But what do you think, Mr. Rajshekaran? And you've spoken a lot about this. What do you think? Do you think he has to ally? He has no choice but to ally? Or will he just go it alone?
Say, I am not the spokesperson of superstar Rajinikanth, but following his political comments and political statements, I go by what he had said earlier. He had said he will launch his party, he will contest all the 234 seats in Tamil Nadu. Of course, this pandemic has delayed by 3 months, going by the version of Umashankar. But 3 months delay, you cannot simply align with whichever party you want or you wish, because there is a mood, there is a trend at the ground level. The voters' mood is very important. 10 years of ADMK government, already BJP and ADMK announced their alliance towards the 2021 assembly elections. Being the case, either he has to align with DMK, which is next to impossibility, and he has to go alone as per his earlier statement. He had said that 234 seats he will contest. So whether people from different walks of life, from different political parties, different ideologies, different stature would be joining Rajinikanth or not, it's a time one can only answer this question.
Hopefully.
But in my opinion, he will not align with BJP because there is an anti-Modi sentiment in the minds of the voters till now. I mean, I'm not an anti-BJP man. I want some good things to happen to the state. Don't brand me as anti-BJP or anti-pro-Congress. I'm pro-people. The people's mind speaks. Not than political parties.
Sure. No, I take your point. There are ideological issues, but there are obviously also, like Narayan pointed out, there are logistical considerations. Fighting an election is not an easy business. Mr. Muralidharan, OPS has just said, if there is a chance, we would like to work with Rajinikanth. You can never rule out any partnerships. Your ally, the BJP, has been wooing Rajinikanth for the longest time, as far as I can remember. What is your view? Do you think this is going to fructify into some kind of alliance? Do you think Rajinikanth is going to be part of your handshake with the BJP?
Everybody was ready to write the exam, and he comes and changes the syllabus. That's the kind of dilemma I think all these political parties are right now in. And as everybody is saying, we really don't know because money is definitely a criteria. You need to have money power, something like 4 to 5 crores per constituency. That's something like 1,000 crores to contest an election. But having said all that, for a person like Rajinikanth, I'm sure you would have been to his one of those first day, first show euphoria. And when you there, and anything is possible. This man, he doesn't need money. If people of Tamil Nadu decide to elect him, I think they'll go ahead and elect him.
Like a crowd-funded election, you're saying. We've seen what has happened to those in the past, though. No, carry on.
Yes, I mean, see, it's a digital world. Anything can come out. It can evolve. Every day we keep evolving, and there could be a new gimmick. And seeing that BJP intellectual Mr. Arjun Murthy joining him. There's no surprise. But after saying all these, there's only one but. That but is, will the minorities and the anti-Modi crowd support him? Because that's where the problem is. It's very open right now. Arjun Murthy joining him in the same day, it very clearly shows he's being moved by BJP. So end of the day, it's about that.
But the fact that Rajinikanth always talks about spiritual, so-called spiritual politics, has been a constant kind of catchphrase or a buzzword that he has used even in these 3 years, even as he has prevaricated and not quite made up his mind about his political entry. He's always talked about embracing spiritual politics. Narayanan Tirupati, is that something that gives the BJP reason to believe that you are the natural partner for someone like Rajinikanth and not the DMK?
Rajinikanth may be a very natural ally, natural partner. So, because as I rightly said, when reading it, that both BJP and Rajinikanth, we definitely share similar views on each and every issues in Tamil Nadu, right from Kaveri, anything in our need, demonetization, CSP. Mr. Rajinikanth has clearly voiced for BJP and the public concern. But the thing is that, yes, it definitely, there are a lot of chances that Rajinikanth may come to our NDA alliance because we are also very, very strong here. But he is going to start a political party. He is going to start his political party only next month. So
because this is a big deal. The reason why this is also a big story is because Rajinikanth, is known to be a reluctant kind of gentleman. He is reluctant. He has displayed a sense of nervousness. Maybe like Mr. Umashankar said, he's always kept it close to his chest, and timing is everything in politics, as they always say. Before I go back to Umashankar for a possible rebuttal on that, let's just play out for you many of the comments made by Rajinikanth over the last few weeks, months and years since 2018. Take a look at the things Rajinikanth has said, and it actually sort of paints a picture towards today's announcement.
ஏன் வராது, எப்போ வருது, வருதா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி எல்லாருமே கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தாங்க. கொஞ்சம் லேட்டானா கூட கரெக்டாக வரணும். வந்தா ஷூரா அடிக்கணும்.
எல்லாத்தையும் நான் ஒரு சின்ன கருவிதான். அது நீங்க தான் ஜனங்க, நீங்க முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், நான் வர்றேன். மாற்றம் நான் வந்த பிறகு நான் வெற்றி அடைஞ்சாலும் அது உங்களுடைய வெற்றி, மக்களுடைய வெற்றி. எல்லாத்தையும் மாற்றணும். நான் ஒரு சின்ன கருவிதான். அது நீங்க தான் ஜனங்க, நீங்க முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், நான் வர்றேன். மாற்றம் நான் வந்த பிறகு நான் வெற்றி அடைஞ்சாலும் அது உங்களுடைய வெற்றி, மக்களுடைய வெற்றி.
Mr. Umashankar, you know, everyone knows that Rajinikanth has a very enviable fan base, highly organized, much more, you know, almost it's like an institution in itself. You know, it has a cadre system, it has ranks, it has office bearers, you know, the envy of other superstars around the country, if I may say that. Is that something that is going to sort of power his electoral entry if he doesn't ally himself with the BJP or the NDA? Is that what is going to sort of fuel his politics? And how?
See, in 2017, that is the end of 2017, he made the announcement. After that, in 2018, he made this Rajini Makkal Mandram. This Rajini Makkal Mandram is not the Rajini fan club. It is beyond that. In Rajini Makkal Mandram, apart from fans, the public are there. The public have already been roped into this outfit. Therefore, it is just not the fan club. In the Rajini Makkal Mandram also, he has made the booth committees. The organization has been built right up to the village level. From the state level, state headquarters level to the village level, the organization has been built. All this is there. He has also framed a set of bylaws or rules for the members, and those have been in place. The organization is very much there. There is no need to say that he is building a party all afresh. It is not so. It is only renaming it into a party. That is number one. Number two, there have been many guesses about the alliances. I wouldn't rather take a guess on alliance until the D-Day comes. In fact, the alliances do happen even 15 days or 1 month before the election.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
No, that apart, one more aspect that we need to keep in mind is, in Tamil Nadu, except the DMK and ADMK, all other parties have aligned with one another at one point or the other. Even this ADMK and DMK were together prior to the split. Therefore, alliances with A party, B party, all that is possible with any party, any combination.
So that is as clear as it seems. Narayan, you know, and before I want to play for our viewers the journey.
One minute. One more input I want to give.
Yes.
Somebody had mentioned about a former BJP intellectual cell president joining Rajini's party as the chief coordinator. Before introducing him, a level above him as the Merparvayalar or the overseer, Mr. Tamilaravi Maniyan was introduced. Mr. Tamilaravi Maniyan is the legacy of the great Kamaraja. We can't forget it. People miss this aspect altogether.
So it's a nuance. You're saying that you're saying that it's a more layered issue than it is being made out to be. Okay, accept it. Narayan, another crucial issue. Crucial issue, Narayan, that a lot of people will be asking also is, given voting patterns in Tamil Nadu, I know this is a tough question, but you'd be able to answer it better than anyone. Who is the Rajinikanth voter? You know, there are caste lines, there are community lines, you know, there are very entrenched voting patterns in a state like Tamil Nadu between the DMK and the AIADMK. What, you know, is Rajinikanth looking for his superstar status to kind of cut through all of those lines and make them meaningless if he goes out to ask for a vote?
Exactly, Shiv, that is going to be a very troubling question for him to deal with, because let's look at who he's up against. He's up against the DMK and the AIADMK. And these are parties that seized power in 1967, and they have successfully ever since then mobilized against any other party, let's say national level parties, from seizing power in the state. And they have done so based on some version of caste politics, but it was also about the Dravidian movement. It was about a Tamil national or ethnic identity, and that was conveyed through the the means of cinema, the silver screen. The propaganda was put out that way. Now, the problem for Rajinikanth is that he has got the cinematic side of it covered, but he doesn't have the political roots. He doesn't have the political organization side of it covered, nor his engagement with caste politics. Therefore, yes, by default, he will have to fall to some pan-Tamil identity or a pan-Indian identity And who is that going to be? Is that going to be a Rajini Makkal Mandram fan? Is it going to be a film fan? Is a film fan capable of political mobilization? Do they know the first thing about running a campaign?
Exactly.
I'm not so sure about that. So I think in a sense that Rajini's case is putting the cart before the horse, because he's coming in on the basis of cinema, but the very basis of governing a state like Tamil Nadu has changed. It's no longer about cinema, it's about good governance. And that is why someone like Edappadi Palaniswamy is doing well today. He has delivered good governance in the last few years. That is why even the DMK continues to be a strong political entity, because they talk about governance.
It's not about cinema anymore, it's about governance. Before I go to Mr. Rajshekharan, and I'm sure he's got a view on that, I want to play out for you, I want to play out for our viewers Rajnikant's life. It's important. I mean, many people know it a little bit, but he started off as a bus conductor. That's, you know, a famous anecdote. Gone on to become the biggest superstar, one of the biggest in the Indian film industry. Here's a look at the rise and rise of Rajnikant. A lot of things will make sense once you watch this report.
This real-life idol had a very humble beginning. Born Shivaji Rao Gaikwad on 12th December 1950, Rajnikant was the fourth child of Ramabai and Ramoji Rao Gaikwad, a police constable. His early life was a struggle. Shivaji Rao Gaikwad first started out as a carpenter. He then became a porter and finally landed a job at the Bangalore Transport Service as a bus conductor. But soon, the big screen was calling. So Shivaji Rao Gaikwad boarded a train to Madras and began his journey to becoming Thalaiva. He started out playing small roles, always the villain. His big screen appearance was in K. Balachander's Apurva Ragangal. Rajnikant walked into the frame dressed in rags and in the 15-minute role died an unheroic death. No one noticed the superstar in the making. It was not just Kollywood and B-Town for Thalaiva. He also had a brief tryst with Hollywood in 1988.
And a very special cab driver.
Rajini featured in Bloodstone, playing a taxi driver with a cigarette in his hand, fleecing customers with elan.
Final question. I have only enough time for one more question. Mr. Rajshekharan, do you think the entry now of Rajnikant is going to force the AIADMK and the DMK, you know, even before any alliances have been made, you know, for some kind of plan B to account for the entry of Rajnikant into the political battlefield?
Sure. Say, another interesting factor we all have forgotten. Mrs. V.K. Shashikala is going to come out of the prison.
Yeah.
So
soon.
there is going to be a lot of developments. And ADMK, many leaders have already started sending wishes to superstar Rajnikant. And many leaders from DMK. And also, I heard that MK Alagiri's son has welcomed Mr. Rajnikant. So all this put in a nutshell, from all parties, many bigwigs may join Mr. Rajnikant very soon. Lot of action expected in the days to come, weeks to come. Let us wait and watch. We'll meet again almost on daily basis, I think so.
I think so. That sounds good to me, because this is a great topic. It's the, it's the state that I was born in, where I grew up. And this is all very interesting for all of us. So it's going to be a lot of fun to track this. I look forward to having all of you back here soon. I would love to have you daily. This is a great, running commentary kind of story that I'd love to give to our viewers. I mean, how much bigger can it possibly get? One of India's most progressive states, big election, BJP, Rajnikant, Tamil Nadu, EPS. It's going to be fantastic. And I promise we'll get you the best coverage. Thanks as always, gentlemen, for being with me here on 5 Live.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.